canceled the show. I do live streams and whatnot, but um, the show has been canceled because, and maybe later I'll do a show and whatnot. But the thing is that I never actually make money doing whatnot. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, like to hang out and something to do, and hang out, like play with like cards and do like it because it's like a community experience, like live selling. But I might change the format around to see like if like I don't know, because like the box breaks just end up losing money, and there really is no point in doing this for just for fun. I mean, it is fun, but we are actually not just doing this for fun, although, it is fun. So, like, I kind of understand, like, where scalpers are coming from, like, and, like, the reason why, like, oh, you'd be like, oh, wow, they're, really, like, shark-like, they, like, are very mean, not very nice, and, but, it's like, you have to ask yourself if you're running a charity. Like, is this a charity? Like, if it is a charity, then you guys, you can actually get a tax break because it is a charity, in fact. So, like, if it's not a charity, unfortunately, like, it's just running at a loss. So you have to ask yourself, like, what are you getting out of this? Like, what kind of value, really? But, maybe later I might do that, like, to give back to the community. But I'm actually not in, like, the kind of position to be doing that. So, like, for me, because, like, Yugioh doesn't actually, like, one of the things about Yugioh, if you guys know, like, the manufacturing price, like, how they price the boxes, like, the cases, at the manufacturing level, like, straight from the manufacturer, they're actually priced a lot higher than the market price of these booster boxes. So, like, I went into their card shop and I was like, how much are these booster boxes? And they were like, these are like $80, $100. And I was shocked because these would be going for like $30 on the market. Pretty much every booster box, unless they stop printing them, and then it's been a while, and then there's like some rarity in that, like in them. This is nice, but the centering is off. So, you know, that's probably why a lot of people go towards Pokemon. Like, because Pokemon, you can actually make a profit. Like, these actually go for like more than the manufacturing price, which is kind of like, because the manufacturing price is the price that they sell to the supplier. Well, and then there's like a recommended, there's a recommended marketing price. Like there's a recommended amount that they're saying like you should sell this at a certain amount. But the Pokemon booster boxes actually go for a higher price than like what they're supposed to sell them at. Like as in like what's recommended to sell them at, and that's why they have those kinds of prices, as well as supply chain issues. Like it's a really big one. Like they have problem with supply, as in like people can't find supply. So that's like one of the things about Pokemon that's different from Yu-Gi-Oh. With Yu-Gi-Oh, I would not really say like. Well, first off, if you guys are trying to make like a lot of money in Yu-Gi-Oh, because it's not really a game. It's not really like a thing you make money on. Like I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh is made like as a thing where guys are like, oh, you guys like like they didn't make this card game for the purpose of like people like reselling. I think that for Yu-Gi-Oh, honestly, I think because a lot of times like there is like this thing where they're like you're not supposed to actually resell these. So like there's not actually supposed to really be like a secondhand market, but you know, like obviously they're gonna resell them. So you could make it harder for them to resell. Like it's like, oh, it's not gonna be really worth it to resell, like unauthorized reselling. So like, um, the only way really, to like kind of make money, because like other than that, like because the boxes, like if you guys price like the individual items, like a lot of times, well, you could sort of wait for the prices to go up, but like the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh is that they used to be reprints. That the reprints basically make it that the price of it doesn't really go up in value. Like like the prices of these don't really like go up. If anything, they kind of go down with time because like as every time there's a reprint, if there's a card that they want to use, like actually use in a card game, and like using that card is difficult because it's so expensive, hard to get a hold of, then the price of that card goes up because like people are trying to buy that card actually using the deck. So like Yu-Gi-Oh is really like a card game for players. So like they want to make sure that there's like a lot of reprints. So if people want to play that card, they can get a hold of that card. So like long term, there might be like, especially if they stop printing like a certain card from a certain set, and then it's like kind of unique. Sometimes it does kind of like go up in value, or like at least doesn't go down in value. But Like for this example, this one, the Red Eyes Black Dragon. This is Joey's. Joey likes this card. This is one of Joey's cards. 2,400 attack points, 2,000 defense points. This is a pretty good card. You would like normal summon this by combining two monsters. Red Eyes Black Dragon is a pretty good card. But so like the only because every other thing, so like you'll so the suppliers are losing money. So like the suppliers are losing money, the long time holders, like the people that buy these as like a long time hold to like invest in these pieces to like resell them at a higher price are losing money. There's really not a lot of ways to make money with the Yugioh. Maybe like, and even if you score like a hit, like statistically, in the long run, you actually ended up losing money, even if you got that hit. You might break even, you know. You guys might like just be breaking even, which is like totally okay. I mean, it's like zero profit, or like you guys are like very close to the margin of like. So you ask yourself like, okay, I'm at the margin, but how about like labor? Like how much time am I spending doing this? You know, and like if I use this time better? Like doing something where like if I just spent this time doing something else, I would actually have ended up making more money. So like this is not, I don't want to say waste of my time, but like I'm really like under it's like, am I working for free doing this? You know? Like you guys are like, you guys have to ask yourself like, are you guys working for free? You know, and then you guys have to ask yourself like, did I put myself in this position? You know, I took this position and I'm working for free right now. You know, this is a pretty good card here. This looks pretty good. The centering on this looks pretty good, but the bottom and the top. Also, you guys have to check the back as well. The centering on the back of the cards also is important. But so like personally for me, and like really what this channel is gonna focus on, and it's gonna go a lot slower because like grading and like like grading itself takes a long time. I mean, unless you guys pay, you know, for like a faster thing, or like unless like you guys are like grading things like that are really high in value, then the turnaround is a lot quicker. But if you guys are just grading like cards that are like a few bucks, then the turnaround time is like 3 months. You know, you guys have to like wait like 3 months to get back cards that are graded. Get back grades. So this is like gonna be a lot slower. Like as in like a lot of it's gonna be time just waiting for them to get back to grading. Get like to give back stuff that's grading. Eventually, I'm thinking like I might try to create like a grade ladder, so to speak, like a slab grade ladder. That's what I was thinking. It's like, oh, I have this card. This card's fun. This card's also in Legends of the Deep, or Duels of the Deep actually. This card's kind of cool, fun. But like a grade ladder, so like every like week, you know, that'd be kind of crazy if I was getting things back every week. But so like every week I would get like some cards that have been graded, you know. It'd be kind of fun. I could, you know, so like there wouldn't be like so much time in between, and there would be new cards coming in. But yeah, because like grading itself is also risky. Like it's not only is it, you know, not only is it risky to open these boxes because you guys already know, like you'll be like, the more boxes you open, the, you know, the more money and like the bigger loss. Basically, is like you guys are taking bigger losses every time you guys open a box. You guys are just taking losses. Crazy, sad, but um, there's also love for the game. You can't, you know, put a value on that. But so like there's a lot of details in regards to like picking out the best chances of getting a 10. But like I've been looking at it, like nowadays Beckett is like, I don't know, like not only are they grading faster, like they send back like grades faster. I kind of like dropped the box. I don't know if there's like a dent. Seems good. Like they've been sending, like it kind of seems like Beckett is like, not only do they grade faster, but like maybe like they also like kind of grade, like there's like some like, you know, you guys be like, oh, there's no rhyme or reason to this grade, you know. But it seems like Beckett, maybe like PS, that's what they say a lot of times about PSA. They're like, oh, there's like no rhyme or reason, like, you know, there's like no rhyme or reason why these are like grading like this. But like Beckett, you know, like they don't like write on the thing. They're like, oh, this is the reason why their grade isn't that, blah blah. They give you like a specific grade based off like specific things. Like people seem like they like Beckett, and I was looking at the prices. Man, I would love to see a full art, but it's okay if we don't get a full art, because like that's just a hit. The chances of that full art being a PSA 10, like at a certain point, even the hits, you might think about like not grading it, because like when you grade the hit, like the centering is gonna be probably off. So that's gonna be one of the biggest reasons why it doesn't get a 10. So like it might get more like an 8. So I mean it might be worth it depending on what it is, but like if it's not really that big of a hit, even if it's a full art, and these pull, that kind of seems like pull rates on these full arts are very good. I kind of want to just see a full art. I've never really seen one. This is like the first set from Yu-Gi-Oh that apparently like are doing full arts. I think they like, I don't really know that much about it. But even if you guys grade that, and it, because like the centering is gonna be probably off on the hit, so like it'll probably grade like an 8, even if it comes straight out of the pack. So it might just be better if you guys, you know, just sell it straight as an ungraded card, because it's gonna be like the same amount anyway. Oh wow, full art. Hope this is a good full art. It's not a Starlight Rare full art, but I'll take it. You know, I've never seen a full art, and this looks pretty cool. Like, the full art, yeah. Wow, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Full art's really nice. Oh, see? Like, the centering on this is really bad. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the centering on this full art is just, like, terrible. So, I mean, like, maybe it's like a $50 card or a $100 card. And if I send that to PSA, and it gets a PSA 8, it might go up in value like $20, but then that's just because of the cost of grading. You know? Like, it's like, or it might not even do that. Like, it might still be like the same amount. But, you know, grading it does give it like a sense of authenticity, which is like important. Like, okay, it's been graded, it's authentic. But yeah, I'm not gonna expect two full arts. That's a little much. Like, the expectations are a little high here. Like, that would be over. You know, you guys are expecting way too much from this. Like, if you guys are expecting like two full arts from one box, like, I don't really think like that. That's not realistic. But you guys have to have like reasonable expectations from these boxes. So like, really, like, even if it's $1, I know it's crazy. You're gonna be like, $1, dude? You're gonna send in a card that's $1? Yeah. Like, if this card is $1, I mean, if it's less than $1, it's not worth it, really. And like, there's like a lot of like things in regards to like, is this gonna in fact actually get a PSA 10? You know, like, and are you actually able to like know if you will or not? Because other than that, like, and then like, you might be like, oh, that's a skill issue. If you guys can't determine before sending it over that it's worthy of a 10, then yeah, you know, it's like you guys are guessing on the grade. Like, you guys are not sure about the grade that the card's gonna get. You know, you guys have to like really grade this card, like pre-grade it, so then you guys know what kind of grade might come out. This one I sell for like $1. I already have one of these copies of this, but the Starlight Rare is kind of cool, so it kind of like seems more like premium. But so like, if it's not gonna get a 10, then don't send it in, because you'll just lose money. Or like, I mean, you know, because the thing is, like, you can't, it's not really gonna be like these cards. And also, it's almost like, okay, you have this, but like, it's selling so slow, it's almost like at this price that you guys are trying to sell it at, it's not moving. Like, it just sits on the shelves, takes up space, holds up, you know, inventory. Like, it's like product that just doesn't move. And that's like a really bad spot to be in. When you guys have a lot of product that doesn't move, you guys have to move this product around. You gotta have to make sure you guys sell this product. Ooh, this card's really good. I like to play this card sometimes, especially when like my deck's not really built out. This card's pretty useful to use. Reinforcement of the army. And centering on this is pretty good. This might be a PSA 10, but let's check the back. I mean, the back looks pretty good too. But there's like a dent. So I kind of dented these cards, unfortunately. I mean, I wish it wasn't that dent, but you guys have to be like real and say like, yeah, there's in fact a dent on the card. Is that a dent? I don't know if that's a dent. Maybe it's not a dent. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Am I imagining that there was a dent on this? But it doesn't seem like there's a dent. Oh yeah, there's a dent. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a good 9. So like, I don't know. Like, but honestly, like, unless it's a 10, it's not gonna be worth sending in. Uh, but maybe, maybe it could be worth it. Like, it might, for example, if you send it in and it does get a 9, 9 is better than nothing. I would say well, for a lot of cards, unless it's a 10, it's not worth it. But I mean, it really depends on what you think is worth it or not. If you're willing to to send it in. Does this have a dent as well? Yeah, I kind of like press these cards and like they have like this weird dent, but I don't know. Maybe all these cards are not worthy of, but like that's only like I kind of pressed it down on the top and then like some of the bottom cards are like that as well. But like the cards in the middle should be okay. So like some of these might, like you might still be able to read some of these, but I can't tell if that's a dent or not. It kind of looks like a dent, but at the same time it kind of doesn't. So I'm not really sure. I'm on the fence on this one, whether it's like gonna be a 10 or a 9. But like you guys have to check the prices for the slabs to see like if it's worth sending in. Because if it is worth it, and like let's say like you send it in and it's like okay, instead of like $100 of profit, it's only $50. Oh, why did I slab this? Or why did I so it's only like $50 instead? Then like, you know what? Like because the thing about PSA, right? Or like Beckett, I forget what's like the turnaround time for Beckett, but like it could be like upwards to a month before you get your cards back. And then it could take upwards to weeks to actually sell these. And you guys have to do the math to see like, wow, what is like the actual, like what are my my margins on this? Like my margins are really bad. You know. Well, I mean, if you're making money, period, that's better than nothing. I would say, like, I was trying to make like a few bucks, just like doing something kind of chill, something easy that doesn't take a lot of work, a lot of heavy lifting. You guys, I don't know if you guys like, I don't know. I'm tripping. I don't know if that's like a dent. Kind of does look like a dent, like it's just been pressed against something. So I don't know. I don't think any of these cards are gonna get a 10, fortunately. But I mean, I might still send one of these in if its centering is really good on it. See if I can get it a 9, and if it's like worth a little extra, then you know. But then the thing is, it's like you guys have to make sure to calculate it based on like the losses you took when you know. Gosh. Yeah, the dent on this is, there's definitely a dent on the same exact spot on the card. Of every card. All the cards have a dent on the same spot. So it's like it's been pressed. But I might sell one of them and see if I get a 9 on it. If it's worth it. I'll have to put the prices like on Beckett. You never know, I might get a 9, but I doubt it. Maybe I'll send a PSA and be like, I got a 9, what the heck? How did I get a 9? Or how to get a 10, I mean. You know. So, you know. And you never know, you might get like a big hit. Like one of these days you guys might like get lucky. You guys, because that does happen, you guys tend to get lucky as well. And you guys end up getting like a really big hit. So like that could also happen if you guys play the game long enough. But outside of that, the only way, like especially for Yu-Gi-Oh, because of all those things that I was talking about earlier, there is really no way to make money on this. Like that in the long run, it's like you're actually causing yourself, you're going broke pretty much to do this. You know, you're paying for this, you're having fun with it, but like in the long run, you're actually losing money. Like you're losing out on the long run. Ooh, the Dark Magician. In the long run, you guys are losing money. So that's a terrible place to be in, terrible position to be in, and that's not sustainable. Like if you guys are looking to do something, I mean, I'm not saying like it's not fun. You guys like have to think like, oh yeah, it's like a lot of fun, but in the long run, if you guys actually want to keep playing this game, you guys can't, unless like honestly, if you guys are just players, like you guys just play the game, and you guys aren't trying to make profit on this, then yeah, by all means, like do that, because like that's the whole goal, is to have fun and not to make. It's not about making money. You know, you don't have to worry about profits. So yeah, grades. You know, and then like I'll make some videos about like going in depth and like showing you guys which ones that I sent in for grades. Like I'll be like, oh, this one I sent in for a grade. And like I'll show you guys in depth on like how I picked that one to grade. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, this one I picked it out for a grade because you know. Like the chances of this one getting a PSA 10 or a Beckett 10 is like really up there. Like it's really, there's like, it's perfect. This card's perfect. So like, if I send this in, like, and it gets a 10, I'll make like $100. Okay? And like, hopefully, like any card you guys get, pretty much like not sealed from a box. Even the cards from the box are damaged. Like even if it comes straight out of the case, and like it comes straight out of the box, they're damaged. So like if you guys buy singles, like secondhand singles, those are most likely going to be even more damaged. Because like if you guys take them in and out of the binder, if you guys take them out of the binder, they get damaged as they go inside and outside of the binder. But yeah, I'll have to, cause I dropped like a little bit to get some like material, and I'll have to like slowly go through this stuff and pick out like a few ones to like send a PSA. The rest of them is just like the rest of it, you guys just like try to get rid of it as fast as possible to free up money, and the rest of it's just like trying to recoup the losses from like looking for a card within the box to send PSA to grade. So that's about it. This is pretty cool though. my first full art, which is pretty neat. Let me just finish this up real quick. And like once I get the graded slabs, I might like sell those on Whatnot, do a live show, because it's the slabs, especially the slabs that are like $100. They don't move that fast. Those slabs are really slow. Those are slabs that sell very slow. Like those slabs really do sell really slow. So if you guys don't get enough eyes on it, it might never sell. You guys might just like have it up for a certain price, and that's like a cool, really good price. You're like, wow, this price, like you're really gonna sell at this price, and it doesn't sell, even if it's like priced really low, you know. So it's just like it just sits there for like, you know, such a long time. It just sits there. It never sells, never moves. Like this is inventory that just doesn't do anything. So like that's not a good thing. You want to move inventory. You need to get inventory moving to like the people that need it. You need to distribute this inventory. That's the whole point. It's a really important thing. Make sure you distribute inventory. If you guys don't, then it's like, what the heck is the point of holding all this stuff if you guys aren't gonna move it? Kara Divacante. I wonder if this is worth anything good. It's not a Starlight rare. Some of the full arts also come in Starlight rare. You know, what kind of nice if it was Starlight rare, but I'll take it. I'm happy with it. Okay, this was the hit, so to speak. Oh, this one's also a good card. Good amount of secret rares, Starlight rares. So I'll have to go through this and sort of like see which ones of these are sort of like a candidate for grading, because like once I sort of like figure out a few, because I'm not really trying to send like a huge amount, because I'm not really going to be collecting it. Like I don't want to hold on to slabs. But slabs could be a good long-term hold. You know, some people like do that. Like it does make some sense. Like and like, you know, but like you might have to like wait a really long time, and then like you guys have to go through the process of selling the slab. But for some people, like that's really how they do it, and that's also a good way to do it. If you like in the long run, you actually do actually making a profit. You know, 10 years later, you just sell your collection of like PSC slabs, make a profit on that. That's also a good way to do it. That actually works too. You know, I also respect that. But so in the next videos, I'll just like go through with all these cards, show you guys the reasons why I pick out a certain card, even if it's worth like $1 or like $3. Like one of the you know, like probably one of the ones in here, maybe, because like a lot of these are damaged, actually, if you guys look. But I might send one of these in, even if it gets a 9, if I check the prices on it. I have to do a lot of research to see like which one has the best chance of like, even if it gets a 9, like it's worth it, so to speak. I'll make like 20 bucks on it if it gets a 9. So, and like the PSA like comes back like 3 months later or a month later. So